So, you know what the crypto market just absolutely loves? Uncertainty. And obviously, I'm joking, it hates it. And unfortunately, even though we started yesterday on a really good note, we were making great headway, a lot of excitement around the space. What the market got hit with was uncertainty. And this uncertainty actually begins today. And we're going to talk about that in this video, what this might mean for price moving forward. And a little excerpt from Charles Hoskinson suggesting that February may get a little crazy. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So looking at ADA price, we were on a really nice move yesterday. Once again, we had the second straight day where we were broken out above this 20-day moving average. ADA was actually up in the 98-cent range and looking good. And this was the case for a lot of the early part of the day. You guys can see really up until about 10, 11 a.m. or so, we were looking really good. And this was a sea of green across the crypto market. BTC going on a nice run as well, actually all the way up to 106. I mean, this was a great day. And then unfortunately, the market had a bit of uncertainty thrust into it. And really what this stemmed from was a little bit of misreporting from certain entities. I believe it was Reuters. And what they suggested and what this was surrounding was actually these tariffs that were coming from the new administration. And there was speculations that these were going to come sometime in March. But then the administration came out yesterday and said, nope, these are actually beginning today, Saturday. All right. And so what this did was it actually injected a lot of, again, uncertainty into the crypto market. So people started panicking, people started selling. We got into some long liquidations. And here we are once again, ADA sitting at 93 cents. Now, understand that this may not be that big of a deal. All right, because we don't know the impact from this yet. We don't know how this is in fact going to affect the costs of goods and services. I will get to this in just a moment because there's a couple assessments that we need to talk about. But look at this, not even as low as we were back here on the 27th. Okay, so right now, we're just trying to find our way through the weekend. As we look at it right now, volume did actually go up, which is actually kind of surprising. It's good to see a little bit higher volume because, again, volume is what moves the charts. And it's possible that if this isn't that big of a deal, we could start to see this rally. And I'm still really focused a lot on next week. I still think next week can be very good. Once this uncertainty kind of cools down and retail stops freaking out, I think we're going to continue this rally. Now, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that. And what that could mean is if you guys haven't noticed, when we do get these little shakeouts, if we don't get our extension down, right, look at where this support has been. It's been right at about 90 cents. I'm not saying we're going to drop down here. I'm not saying this is a guarantee. Nobody knows what's going to happen. But some early assessments of what these tariffs may in fact mean. So this is actually Ernie Tedishi, the director of economics at Yale Budget Lab. He estimates a 25% tariff on all Canadian and Mexican import goods paired with a 10% tariff on Chinese imports would lead to a permanent 0.8% bump in the price level as measured by the PCE index. This translates to roughly $1,300 per household on average per year. All right. Mr. Tedishi expects tariffs on that level to eventually shave 0.2% off the GDP once inflation is taken into account. So that's not a very big number. So right now, what we're seeing is a lot of people freaking out on information that we do not know yet. Okay. So we just have to be patient. We have to wait and see how this all shakes out, what these tariffs are all going to be placed on. There could be some limiting into certain sectors. So we just got to wait. All right. Now, that being said, what did institutional money do yesterday? They bought. Go figure. BlackRock, huge buying day, $363 million. Understand that most of these institutional players, they tend to buy a little bit later on in the day. So they were actually taking advantage of the discount. Go figure. That's what they tend to do time and time again. And again, this is several straight days of institutional money adding, and this is a very good sign. So in the face of uncertainty, big players are in fact accumulating. Okay. Now, what was interesting yesterday was that we did actually get this little excerpt from Charles Hoskinson. And what he suggested is that February is actually going to be a crazy month.
February is going to be a very crazy month. We got some stuff going on. Can't talk about it now, but you're going to see. It's going to be fun. February.
So I don't exactly know what that means, but historically speaking, ADA tends to do quite well at this time in the market cycle in February. For example, if we take a look back at last market cycle, we can see that February of 2021 actually led ADA to go on a 280% pump. And this was actually following a 90% month in January. Now, obviously, this time wasn't even close to that. We did close the month of January up 11.57%. Printing a green candle there is a very good sign. It's a very good, stark contradiction to what we did in December. A little bit of red, of course, and we saw this across the crypto market. When we have something like ADA that runs 215%, you tend to have a little bit of cool down. So understand that we're still within trend. We're trying to get against I lost my train of thought. We're trying to still get back above this trend line that we have been fighting here. Again, we're still in our descending, broadening wedge. And really what is going to happen here is the target for these broadening, descending wedges. They actually extend from basically the bottom where you reach here to the highest point on this wedge. So a 73% breakout is what ADA is in fact trying to target right now. So if we do get this extension sometime in the next few days, the target for this is right about that $1.80 level like we were talking about yesterday. Now, understand that none of this is a guarantee. We're going to have to see what sentiment looks like getting into the week. We're going to have to flip and hold above these moving averages, which we haven't been able to do quite yet. We've started to get the push. We're getting the signs that ADA and the rest of the crypto market does in fact run. But what we need is sustainability. We need that capital that's re-entering the space to stay in the space. We need to trigger some of that FOMO that creates new adoption in the crypto market. And that hasn't been happening quite yet. That being said, last market cycle, February 1 is where it began. It's possible that we may start today on a red note and start to turn green. Understand that it's the weekend. Maybe it's Monday that we begin to take off. Okay. There's a lot of things at play here. These cycles aren't always exactly the same, but understand we're showing very similar trends. The players, the events, stuff like that is slightly different, but it leads us on the same path that we've been on time and time again. So that's what I really wanted to share with you guys. Now, my longs are still open. I haven't closed any of these. My Jasmine one's still up huge. That's 352%. My ADA long is still up about 50% on BTCC. My Margex longs are still open as well. My ADA one on that is up 164%. Again, if you guys do want to check either of these platforms out, there are links in the description below. Again, there's great bonuses that you can earn. You can actually earn up to $10,000 in deposit and trading bonuses. You can actually earn 10% deposit on your first time deposit, about $500. There's no KYC. And I will be making a video showing everyone how to use BTCC as well. I think that's very beneficial. I know a lot of people have been asking for that. So I appreciate you guys as always. Unfortunately, there's a lot of questions heading through the weekend, and we'll just have to sit back, watch, wait, be patient like we always do, and understand that the market will play out how it does. So have a great day. Show your love below. Let me know your thoughts. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.